Yo, 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 what's up? I'm back with the bi-weekly batch analysis. Last time I did week 31 and 32. This time I'm gonna do 33, 34, simply because there's very, very few trades actually taken or even looked at because the markets were kinda trash. And I recently went away for the weekend and there was a really nice bullish expansion on some cryptos and there were some opportunities, but of course the one weekend that I'm away and I don't have my laptop with me, I cannot take the trades. And there were some really nice opportunities, some wins there, but it is whatever. I mean, I have a life, right? Can't be at the screen 24/7. Anyway, let's go into week 33 here. And it looks like I have two trades here. So Thursday, nothing really filled out, but I did end up watching JPN and a stock. All right. So JPN wasn't even on my radar. Okay, so let's start with that, I guess. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. And this is the stock trade that ended up being a loss. All right, so JPN, why not? This happened a little while after I got home, and not gonna lie, I totally missed it. Okay. Can I see when exactly that happened? I guess I cannot, but it's this trade over here. So let's just talk about the trade first. So here we are on JPN 225. I know that this is a pullback and I'm definitely interested in the reignition, right? And this candle over here was definitely reignition for me. There is some kind of flippy here. This stage 2 is looking decent, and this, yeah, I would be interested in the expansion here. So as I'm looking at the 100-minute here, there is a nice ongoing trend, and this is a pullback into the rising 1020. And here there are some nice candles in already. So the expectation, of course, is something like this. So I would definitely trade that. Here we are on the 10-minute, so we go above some kind of resistance here and whatnot. Definitely looks like a big expansion move. And here I am on the 1-minute. Wait. This is a 10-second trade. Okay, cool. 10-second trade. That doesn't work on JPN though. That doesn't work on JPN, so never mind. It's cool that I didn't take this because I wouldn't be able to. The spread is way too high for this kind of entry. I wouldn't be able to take it. So never mind, this is fine. But let's assume that the spread was actually okay. If it was okay, we would have a reaccumulation here, and here we have push 1, push 2, right? Expectation is, of course, that this can continue higher. The momentum cycle is intact. And here we have a beautiful impulse, nice flagging pullback, right? Diagonal, flippy, whatnot. Beautiful reignition, tiny little shallow pullback and continuation. So this would have been pretty much perfect, I think, but I was not really able to take this anyway, so it's okay. So this is how I would manage. So it did go in my direction, but I didn't feel like I didn't see too much power away. I wanted to give it a little bit more space, but the moment that it liquidated the floating supply over here, that's when I reduced risk the first time. And as it printed a high, pulled back and broke that high, that's when I would be completely risk-free. And that indeed does run to the +5. But yeah, not takeable at all. I mean, if I take a look at JPN 225 right now, here it's a 1000 tick stop loss. And here the ATR was 1800. Okay. So triple ATR would be what? 3,008, 16, 24, 5,400. That's the highest it can be. I ended up going with a 4,000 stop loss in ticks. If 1,000 is the spread, that's 25%. That's way too much. That's way too much. I simply cannot take that. So it's actually okay. JPN 225 is actually not really tradable on the 10-second E. 1 minimum. Yeah, this is something that this is a conclusion that I have reached some time ago already. I guess I must have forgotten just because I was looking at what's available and whatnot. And yeah, this seemed available, but it really wasn't. So not taking it was the right decision. All right. So anything to fill out here? No, not really. I mean, max RR went quite high. So maybe if I increase the stop loss to 5,000, it would have hit. I mean, I can take a look, right? I definitely can take a look here. replay. Okay, somewhere over here, right? Yep, this is the trade. So if I instead went for a 5,000, then this would be 25K. Boom. That would still easily hit. Yeah, but there we go. Still, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think this was tradable, really. I would much rather trade the 1 minute E. So yeah, that's that. So what is there to fill out? Is there anything to fill out? Page down. Yep, this is this. Boom, +5 didn't take. That's completely fine. And this actually belongs here. Okay. So I think nothing to fill out. Yep. Let's go to Notion and let's go to the stock trade. I think the stock trade is going to be a mistake, unfortunately. And that's this trade over here on NVIDIA. I took it on a daily entry, so still followed a weekly move, but then I took a daily E. And if I look at my E's, right, like usually what I like to see in my E's is a very strong preceding stage 2, which this is kind of okay, right? This is all right. There is some kind of flippy, there is some kind of diagonal, there is a reignition, and there is a small pullback. So that's kind of nice. And the weekly over here, okay, so we have some kind of stage 1 here. It broke out, it pulled back, but it's not even in a momentum cycle, but I guess that's kind of okay. I guess there's a stage 1 over here, and then there is a breakout. So, I'm not sure. I think it's all right. I think it's all right. Like, it makes a lot of sense. This taps me in and pretty much chops and fucks me up, if I remember correctly. But, honestly, this could have been stronger. This could have been stronger. I think there were some stronger contenders. If I instead had taken HPE, which I wanted to, let's take a look here. Yeah, I really wanted to take this trade instead. So when I took the NVIDIA trade, let me take a look here. So NVIDIA trade, I got tapped in over here. I think pretty much at a very similar time. Wait, this looks a bit weird. That's not the NVIDIA trade, is it? No. I got tapped in right here. This is just a little mistake. But yeah, I got tapped in over here. I think if I instead had taken the HPE trade before, yeah, that would not even be risk-free yet. And this trade would have actually been nice. And that would end up being a break-even, I believe. If I just take a look. Yeah, I would definitely be risk-free. And that would be a break-even. So I would not take double risk on the same kind of move. But unfortunately, I missed the HPE move. And also HPE, I think, was not tradable on Hyperliquid, whereas NVIDIA was. So that's probably the main reason why I ended up taking the second best setup, which was NVIDIA. And yeah, if we take a look at HPE here, I mean, if I go to context and I go to HPE, I feel like HPE on the weekly, this is a much stronger and nicer move, right? And this is an MMB and all that, and it's beautiful. Whereas NVIDIA, it's a little bit like, it's not nearly as strong. So what I'm going to say is that this was supposed to be stronger. I'm going to say that this was kind of weak. Okay. And that being said, it's not the worst trade, but given the fact that there were better opportunities out there, I am going to consider it a mistake, unfortunately. I am. So, yeah, mistake. And I would consider it a mistake even if it ended up being a winner, because, well, if this is the V and this is the E kind of, then this is just, the V is just not strong enough, unfortunately. So that's what I'm gonna say. NVIDIA, yep. The V 1 week was simply not strong enough. Boom. Okay. So mistake. Mistake why? Because weak. Yeah, just weak, I guess. Boom. No. Weak. There we go. Create weak. All right. Weak. So RR secured -1, and that's it for the week. I'm gonna put that in here. So that was a stock. when did I actually trade this? August 13 at 1643, and it's a minus 1.2. Yep, that sucks. That sucks, but whatever. So that's it. Mistake made, simply weak stage 2. Yeah. All right, that was everything on Thursday. Okay, let's go to week 34. And before I do that, let's also do this little thing. Boop. Okay. Patient followed rules. Yes, that's true. But what went wrong? Traded a weak W move. W as in weekly. Yep. So minus 1.2. And if I had traded perfect, it would be 0. Right? Yes. 0 if perfect. Okay. And let's go to week 34. I think that was only on Monday or whatnot. No, on Monday I was actually looking at SpaceX here. SpaceX looks good, but I gotta go coach some clients. We'll check after the session if there were any opportunities. So what was I looking for over here? I guess some longs, right? Yeah. So I was looking for longs. This pullback over here just reignited. Okay, and here it started going up, up, up. Definitely looked for an entry over here, but didn't get one. And maybe there were some more entries eventually, but I think it ended up dying. And I also think that this was like on the 1000, my overall direction is down, right? I would like to see this top out or whatnot, lose and exhaust all of its momentum and break down and then follow it down lower. So I'm actually glad I didn't take this trade. This is all good. And then here I am on Thursday and I have a stock trade over here. And I actually didn't take it. Okay, so I think that's this trade over here. Yep. So here I am on the 1000, right? I am looking at this side up, so bearish, I guess you could say. And yeah, here it broke out from some kind of stage 1, but I feel like it's a little bit too early, man. It's a little bit too early. Like here after this, I would want to rule out redistribution. So my expectation would be that this is going to liquidate something and fuck off lower. And I would not want to trade that. And that's the reason I didn't. But if I was to trade this to be early in the trend, right? This is looking very nice and impulsive. Here we have a strong stage 2 and whatnot. Nice little pullback. And here, if we take a look at the pullback itself, this stage 2 kind of choppy, not gonna lie. Here it creates a stage 1 and it creates a little setup like this. Honestly, I don't like this at all. And I would be risk-free over here and it would, not risk-free, I would reduce risk and it would tap me out. I think that's also what I write here. Didn't take this because I actually want to follow the 1000 down. This is too early for up. Yep. This is where I would reduce risk after liquidation of floating supply. And this would be a minus 0.2. So minus 0.4 in total with commissions. So I saved myself some R. Very nice. So that's good that I did not take it. Nice, nice. So, page down. Yep, minus 0.2. And, well, I mean, I don't have to write that it's good, right? I only write if it's a mistake. So, that's all for this week also. So, what went well, what went bad? What went bad is, once again, nothing. This was good. Results. 0 and a 0. No. 0 if perfect. All right. Actually, what I do have to write is didn't take. Okay. So that's it. So in these 2 weeks, there was just one trade, which actually wasn't even that good. And if I had taken the HPE trade, I would be at 1 break even. And that's all in 2 weeks. So absolute shit market, nothing going on, really, really bad. And all I can really do is sit out, honestly. And that brought this here. I don't know if you guys know Raid Shadow Legends. It's this game where you, it's the hero collector game, RPG thing, where you collect champions through shards. And I used to be really, really good at this game. And the only reason, well, first of all, it's a pay to win game, right? You can buy yourself shards with real money and you can pop shards and get better champions thanks to that, right? So in a pay to win game, it's really hard as a free to play player to beat it and to be at the top. But I managed to be at the very, very top after, like, let's say a year of gameplay. So the only way that I actually managed to do that was that once every couple of months, there would be a 2x chance, right? So what I would do is I would have optimized processes to farm these shards with my teams, and I would not pop them at all. Even though there is a lot of temptation to pop your shards and hopefully get a good champion, right? They give you a lot of reasons, like other reasons than the 2x event. Like they can give you a 10x event for a specific champion, which if you do the math is absolutely horrible, but whatever. They give you some other events and some tournaments and all kinds of stuff. They try to really make you pop shards. That's what they want. They want you to buy more shards and pop those shards. And the only reason that I managed to outperform everyone was because I was extremely patient. I would farm up all of those shards, and only at the 2x event I would pop them all. And yeah, that led to amazing results. And I really find that it's quite analogous to trading, because we are always waiting for this 2x event. And the 2x event is a good context, right? So popping shards outside of 2x events are pretty much wasted resources, I would say. It's horrible. It's just super, super bad. And it ends up hindering your performance. And it's the same with trading. Trading is really a game that rewards patience very much, but more importantly, it absolutely destroys impatient people. If you are impatient as a trader and you just keep getting into the game for whatever reason and you just keep taking one trade after another just to get dopamine hits, you are going to get destroyed. And it's not going to be a destruction by, let's say, imploding your account with like oversizing or whatever. It's more going to be like a death by 1,000 paper cuts, right? You're just going to continuously take trades that are taken outside of your 2x event or outside of your good context, and that is going to ultimately screw you up. So I added this picture because it's super, super relevant to me, and it's easy for me to remember why patience is rewarded. And I'm just going to continue looking at it every day. And I'm just going to ask myself the question, hey, are we having a 2x event on this market right now? And if the answer is no, well, then I'm just not going to trade it because it's not good for me. And I discussed this with AI a little bit as well. And it had some really nice observations or really good points. But I think I summarized them well. But there is this one sentence that it has. Let me find it. No, that's Muay Thai. Here. There is this one sentence that it had that I absolutely loved. Yeah, here. You proved in a game designed to extract money from impatient players that you could out-discipline the system as a free-to-play user. The financial markets are just a high-stakes version of the exact same patience engine. Hold your shards until the event. Yes, absolutely. And one good way that you can do this and how you can reinforce it in your mind is that during batch analyses, or well, let's say during the week, you can also log or journal trades that you didn't take, trades that you might have taken in the past that look like they are meeting rules quite well, but they don't meet all of the rules. They are not perfect, right? So if you journal those and you say, hey, I didn't take it for this and this reason, and then you see that you ended up saving yourself some R, then this is really good for you because it gives you a dopamine hit for sticking to patience, right? To sticking to your process. And that's something that I have been doing for a long time already. And I think it's really, really good for positive reinforcement of saying no to a lot of markets. And there has been a lot of it lately. in the last couple of months, I would say. I said no to so many markets, and it has been good training for me. I'm happy for it. And the best part is that when I look back, all the trades that I didn't take actually ended up being mostly break-evens and losses. Like it would just be chop, chop, chop. And that's exactly the kind of trading that I want to avoid. And yeah, reminds me that being patient is the right way forward. And once the 2x event hits, well, that's when I'm going to be there, right? That's when I'm going to put risk on. That's the right moment to actually play the game. Until then, unfortunately, it's sitting out, doing nothing, being bored. And yeah, that's the life of the trader, I guess. So yeah, I've been yapping for 20 minutes. I guess that's enough. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to really talk about. Even for this week, it looks all quite bad. One thing that I will say is that I'm looking at some cryptos, just a few cryptos, because there has been some bullish expansion and some cryptos moved more than others. More specifically, or namely, ZEC, HYPE, Pump, VVV, OKB, and Morpho. These are charts that I'm looking at, and maybe I will end up taking some longs. And if not, then not. It's totally fine. Okay, see ya!